Good day, YouTube, and welcome to Bishop's Blast. I'm your host, go by the name of Dr. Mebane, where we dive into what I consider a sanitized version of a YouTube channel where we talk about all things firearms related. Now, I'm not a subject matter expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just an old retired Navy guy who loves God, has quite the affinity for all things that go. At this time, do me a real quick favor, hit that subscribe button, and I want you to continue to share this with everyone as we continue to chronicle my 2A journey. Now, also, please do me one quick favor, and that's right, type that like button so that we will be able to grow this channel, and it will all be because of you. And I want to thank you for all that you continue to do as you support me in this journey. So welcome once again to another version of Bishop's Blast. Come on, let's get it in. Good day, and today I'm going to pretty much slow it down, have a conversation with you. There's so much going on in the world today. Where I live at, we chronicle a lot of the news in the DMV area, and there's not a time that I wake up and not hear about some kind of senseless gun-related violence that has transpired, and it gets sickening. The most sickening part to me is it happens so readily that it seems like a lot of people are just becoming immune to it, like it's not even that big of a deal. And to some people it's not, until that issue comes and knocks on your door. What do you do? Now, I know most of our people and elected officials, they sit on one or two sides of the fence. The one side saying that, hey, look, we think that firearms are only for law enforcement and I guess bad guys. And the other one that says, hey, look, you need to do whatever it takes for you to get and defend yourself. However, the sad state of affairs is these two sides have a hard time communicating one with another, and it's sad. And I think even when we do have an opportunity to get two adult, mature-minded individuals to sit down, they spend more time pontificating on their perspective instead of listening to hear the other person's. Obviously, if you watch my channel, I'm a 2A advocate. I believe in the right to bear arms, obviously. I'm a collector of firearms. I like to train to make sure that I can become proficient in utilizing them if I ever had to. To me, it's almost like car insurance. You don't really miss until you don't have it. But I just want to make sure that if I'm ever in a situation and 911 doesn't get here fast enough, that I'll be able to do whatever I can do or am able to do to be able to protect me and mine. So it's a sad state of affairs to be in, and I just really wish that people can literally come together and start having adult conversations that start with listening instead of reading your script or going through your dialogue. I know in communication it's a lot of give and take, and in this give and take, the people on the pro 2A side of the coin, they figure and they feel that if I give any, all you're going to end up doing is taking more. And from the other side, I don't know if you're just being slick and just slowly but surely and subtly trying to take firearms out of the hands of able-bodied and able-minded individuals, good citizens that just want to make sure that they're protected. I just believe that when it comes down to all of the things that we're doing, we're in a voting year. We need to make sure that the votes count, and we need to start to probably have a better dialogue with our elected officials. Not just, and what I mean by dialogue, once again, it's a communication. So even once we hear them out, we need to make sure that we're putting people in office that's hearing us out, because it's a sad state to be in when someone is trying to do certain things and you're not aware of it, at least they should be able to give a reasonable point of view and perspective on what they're trying to do. Now, with all of the stuff that's going on with the elected officials that are sitting up there trying to take the guns out of their hands, I really wish that I lived in a world where it was not required. As a matter of fact, if they were abolishing guns for everyone, government, military, as well as all crooks, and if guns was not a thing, this wouldn't even be an issue. I think my channel would be on something else. Maybe be on martial art related stuff or Harley related stuff, other stuff that is near and dear to my heart. However, it's a real thing, and it seems like a lot of the even laws that have been erected, these laws are more to take the firearms out of able, sound-minded, law-abiding people more so than the criminals. Realistically, the criminals are not really listening to you law-abiding lawmakers anyway. They're not doing background checks. They're not worried about serial numbers. That's the farthest thing from their mind. They want to get what they get, and they're going to use whatever tool it requires to get it done. I just believe that we need to be able to have a tool just in case we're having to have to stop someone that's trying to do any bodily harm to us. So this is my I guess stance of an appeal to individuals, because at the end of the day, if someone was ever to break into my house, there's a strong possibility that you might meet a firearm. This one just happens to be the SCK 100, sort of a Glock clone, Glock 17-ish, but it has a 1911 grip, all metal, and it has a beaver tail. I wouldn't want to have to use this firearm, but if I had to, I would. Or if I had to go out, maybe I'd grab the MMP Shield 2.0. This one that has the Crimson Trace laser on it. These are tools. These tools, safe direction shoot, do not go off by themselves. Someone has to actuate them. Someone has to pull the trigger. And I just hope and pray that we sometimes slow down just a little bit. Slow down enough to say, hey, enough's enough. Because in real life scenarios, things are gonna happen so fast. And I hope and I pray that this merely stays a hobby to me and not anything that I ever have to use. However, in this world, with what I hear on the news day after day, I need to be ready. And maybe you do too. But this is not anything where I'm projecting my perspective or my point of view so that you can walk around with my predisposed presuppositions. This is just me having a conversation. Just saying. They're not wrong where we have a pandemic when it comes down to gun violence in this country. On the other side of the coin, they're not wrong either by saying when law enforcement, the government can't get here fast enough, we need to be our first responders to be able to take care of our livelihood and families. So, all that just to say, make sure you take the time out, pray, make sound decisions when it comes down to you, your family, your loved ones, how you're going to go about things. Maybe it's okay for you to drive around in a car that has no insurance. At the end of the day, we all have to make our own decisions. I just hope that you make wise decisions. And I thank God for sometimes allowing things to slow down enough in my life where I can say, yeah, I get it. And even sometimes when I overthink things or I'm wrong, to be aware and to be ready to take correction as well. Once again, this is just my stance. You tuned in to another version of Bishop's Blast. It's not always about the firearms and about how we shoot them and what caliber is better than the other one. Sometimes it's about slowing down, being sound-minded, and thinking, what would I do? What should I do when it comes down to taking care of me and mine? This is Dr. Mebane. You're on Bishop's Blast. Thank you for tuning in. Continue to tune in with me. Hopefully, prayerfully, there'll be something that is entertaining or educational that you can take away from this as well. So I thank God for you. I want you to continue to stay tuned and be blessed.